All right, so we are here, week 2 of the NFL season. I did do a recap of my week 1 picks, and I talked about each game a little bit. But you can see I did go 8-8 last week, giving me a season record of 8-8. So hopefully week 1 kind of gives a better idea of how things are going to shape out here. And let's get into it. So it gets cut off because of the fact that I got to be able to show 2 Monday night games for some reason. But you got Minnesota at Philly. I'm going to take Philly in this game. Minnesota lost to Tampa, and obviously Darius Slay is going to be going against Justin Jefferson. James Bradbury, who normally would then take Jordan Addison, he is right now, I believe, in concussion protocol. And, I mean, I could be wrong, or maybe he gets out of the protocol, but to get a concussion on Sunday and you're out to play by Thursday, it's tough. So, most likely, he will not. And then you got Jordan Addison going against, to be honest, I don't know. It could be, was it Calais Ringo from Georgia? There was a corner who did very, very well in the preseason. I believe he was undrafted, so there could be a guy like that. But, so maybe if you have Jordan Addison in fantasy football like I do, maybe you should consider putting him in the lineup. I don't know if I'm gonna yet, but I'm considering it. But I still think Philly takes this game. Green Bay at Atlanta. I'm going to take Green Bay in this game. I loved Jordan Love in Chicago. Continued the dominance that they have. Now, Atlanta, yes, I like their weapons on offense. But Green Bay has a good defense, so I'm going to take Green Bay. You got the Raiders at the Bills. So, the Raiders, they don't have the defense that the Jets do. They flat out don't. But, if Josh Allen continues to make stupid mistakes, Buffalo will lose this game. I don't know if I can say it more clear than that. Josh has to cut that shit out, or the Bills will lose. But I don't think he'll make the same mistakes, and I don't think the Raiders' defense is capable of making him make those same mistakes, so I'm going to take Buffalo in this game. Baltimore at Cincinnati. I'm going to take Baltimore to win this. I don't want them to. I want Cincinnati to win this game. Because then Cincinnati is 1-1 and Baltimore is 1-1. So it helps the Steelers. But I'm going to take Baltimore. I'm trying to be right here. Plus, then at least if I'm wrong, this is actually a bonus. If I'm wrong, that means the thing I wanted to happen happened. But then if I'm right, I'm right. So let's take Baltimore in this game. Cincinnati, Joe Burrow, you got to look better than what you did versus Cleveland. I know they don't play Cleveland well. I know. And Baltimore still has a pretty good defense. So you got Joe Burrow, you got to get on the right foot here. Jamar Chase, you got to get on the right foot. T. Higgins, all you guys. Seattle at Detroit. Detroit, they were able to pull off the upset versus Kansas City, and they have now had a week and a half to prepare for Seattle. Whereas Seattle, they're on the normal turnaround. I'm going to take Detroit to squeak this game out. I think it's going to be very, very close, and I'm going to take them to win. LA at Tennessee. LA is winning this game. I saw what they did versus Miami. They were this close. They just needed to either stop Tyreek Hill, which is a lot easier said than done, or you had to make a play afterwards, and they weren't able to do either one of those. So, LA is going to win this game. Chicago at Tampa. I'm taking Tampa to win this game. Chicago, they made a couple of nice plays versus Green Bay. But Tampa's going to win this. They beat Minnesota, and I consider Minnesota's defense better than Chicago's. Just me. Kansas City at Jacksonville. I'm going to take Kansas City. While I do think Jacksonville has a good chance at winning, Kansas City will have Chris Jones back. He did get a new contract, which it's a new contract. Basically, he has the ability to get his money back in incentives, and I think maybe slightly more, but it's not even guaranteeing the whatever $1 million he lost, or millions of dollars that he lost while sitting out during training camp and last week, because he missed a game check. So the fact that it's not it's not a good new contract, and even then it only affects this year. So he's gonna have to try to get a new contract next year, like during the off season. But they'll have him back. Travis Kelce. I don't know if he's going to be back or not, but I think that even if Travis Kelce is not back, I don't think they're going to have as many drops as they did versus Detroit. Because Kadarius Toney, if he drops 4 passes again, he might get cut. Like, literally, he might get cut if he drops another 4 balls against Jacksonville. And Jacksonville is a very good offense. You do not want to miss a step versus them, or they will beat you. Indy at Houston. I'm going to say Indy wins this game. They pressed Jacksonville for a little bit there. And as far as I could see the score, it doesn't look like Houston pressed Baltimore really at all. Now, maybe on defense, because they were able to get a few sacks on Lamar. And they may be able to do the same versus Indianapolis, but I don't know. I feel like Indy's going to win this game, though. Houston, they're not going to be great. San Fran at LA. San Francisco, holy shit, what they did to Pittsburgh. And I understand it's Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh may not be a good team. So here's literally what it is. San Francisco can be a good team, and Pittsburgh can be a bad team. And they did what they're supposed to do versus a bad team. Or Pittsburgh is a good team, and San Francisco is going to win the Super Bowl. Kind of either or. I feel like I don't think Pittsburgh is that bad. So, I'm going to hope they're not that bad. So, I'm going to take San Francisco to beat LA. New York at Arizona. I'm taking the New York Giants here because it's hard to do worse than what they did versus Dallas. And I think they're not going to allow themselves to have that happen again. So I'm going to take the Giants to win this game. New York Jets at Dallas. Dallas is winning this game. Now, I tweeted a joke at Xerxes during the Jets and Bills game. In a post he had, and I commented, but it was something along the lines of, sorry, Zach Wilson's going to shock the world next week and beat Dallas. I don't believe that at all. I don't. Unless the NFL script was for the Aaron Rodgers and the Jets to go and win the Super Bowl. Go undefeated, go win the Super Bowl, all that shebang. And they're just going to continue it with Zach Wilson. Then I guess the Jets would win that game because the NFL script says so. But it just ain't going to be it. Dallas is easily going to take this game. Now, I say easily going to take this because I think the Jets might not score. Might not. Now, if Breece Hall's carrying the ball and Dalvin Cook's carrying the ball, maybe they can get a 3 points or 7 points. But, their defense is good too. They're going to hold Dallas. But if it's 17-3 or 17-7, 20-7, something like that, this is going to be probably a double-digit win for Dallas. It's not going to be like it was versus the Giants, but it's going to still be in Dallas's favor. They're hellacious defense. And I think I said that exact wording last week. I said they were a hellacious defense. And if you have them in fantasy football, God bless. Washington at Denver. I think that Denver is going to pull this off. They were this close to beating the Raiders. 1 point. And they tried an onside, which kind of screwed them up. So, to start the game. I don't know if the Raiders went down the field and scored a touchdown on that drive. I don't. They may have, they may not have. But to do that, one, you're not going to do that again versus Washington. Or else teams are going to start expecting it. And as far as Washington is concerned, I thought they were going to beat Arizona by more. So I'm going to take Denver to win this. Miami at New England. Congratulations on the win, Miami. Both versus the Chargers and this week versus the Patriots. You're going to win this game. Good luck stopping Tyreek. Good luck. I don't care who you put against him. You're not stopping Tyreek. New Orleans at Carolina for the first Monday night game, when typically week 1 was 2 Monday night games. But whatever. So New Orleans at Carolina. I think I'm going to take New Orleans here. I'm this close to taking Carolina, but I'm going to take New Orleans. And I'm taking them because, again, I don't think Bryce Young is very experienced yet as far as NFL. There was a video I saw, and it was this girl, and she wears different NFL teams, like apparel. And she mentioned the elf thing about the Browns and Bengals game and said, yeah, there was an elf on the Carolina game too. Like, I know Bryce is short and all, but come on. So I'll take New Orleans. I think the defense is going to hold them up. All right, Cleveland at Pittsburgh. I'm going to do this for 2 reasons. 1, so I have something to be happy about, no matter what. And 2, because of injuries. And I don't think the Steelers are going to be able to stop the run. So I'm taking Cleveland here, and it hurts. But the one thing is, if the Steelers lose, I was right. But otherwise, the Steelers win. And the other thing, Cam Hayward's out. Like, I know that means Keanu Benton's going to get extra playing time. And some other guys are going to get extra playing time and all. But they're not going to be able to stop Nick Chubb. Like, talk about how deflating that is. That you have issues stopping the run. You've had issues stopping the run for multiple years. They couldn't do it last year. They can't do it this year, it seems like. And I think even the year before that, they had issues. So, you can't stop the run. And then you face 2 of the best running backs in the entire NFL. In Christian McCaffrey and Nick Chubb. I know the Steelers are going to face a couple of other running backs this year. But they're not going to be nearly as good as these 2 guys. Like, they're just flat out not. So, if the Steelers are able to stop Nick Chubb, great, whatever. Nick Chubb's on my fantasy, so if he goes nuts, at least I get fantasy points for that. But that is what I'm thinking as far as my picks this week. Again, that's Philly, Green Bay, Buffalo, Baltimore, Detroit, Chargers, Tampa, Chiefs, Colts, Niners, Giants, Cowboys, Broncos, Dolphins, Saints, and Browns. I believe that was it. If I'm wrong, then let me know. But I think that was it. So if you guys did enjoy this, do me a favor, leave a like, comment down your picks. If you agree, disagree, anything like that in the comments below. If you are new to the channel, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button and turn notifications on. Then you know when these videos come out. I will see everyone in the next video. Thanks for watching.